welcome to the show. What can I say? I had another channel that was called The Loomis Show, and this is going to be a new show because I'm all about, music and music history. And that last channel, I mixed in a lot of music stuff and true crime and mafia stuff and all that, though. But I'm a musician at heart, and the reason why is because of the man that is right behind me. I was born in 1981, and so I wasn't born while he was with Black Sabbath. But when I first heard Mr. Crowley, the intro, it made me become a keyboard player and piano player, and it changed my life forever. A recovering drug addict. I'm going on 4 years sobriety, and when I was in rehab, I I just didn't get it at first with that whole spiritual awakening stuff and all that. And what kept me sober until I had a spiritual awakening was I had a mantra that just kept going. If Ozzy Osbourne could do it, you could do it. All my close friends, they reached out to me today like I lost a family member, and it feels like that. Some people might say like, oh, you didn't know him personally and blah, blah, blah. I mean, I met him, back in 2005, March 22nd, when the Prince of Darkness box set came out right before he went on the Conan O'Brien show. And he was just incredible. Talk to you like you're the only person in the room. He loved his fans. And I don't think this is a coincidence. I think he held on until he got to do his last performance. And anyone who knows me, I mean, I've been posting. Yesterday, I just posted a video on him with him. If you look down on the channel with him and Zach talking on Nikki Sixx's Six Set show, that was about 7 years ago. Then I was watching the Black Sabbath documentary yesterday. So prayers go out though to the Osbourne family, and but Zach Wilde, I know he's crushed right now. Zach's from Jersey, I'm from Pennsylvania, not too far where I'm from. And just think about, like he says, he's like, it was like playing for the Yankees, but they became so close. So prayers go out to Zach Wilde and his wife, Barb. He's with Randy now. It's the reason why too. Like this year has been crazy. And if everyone who knows me, I don't have any kids or anything like that. I'm 44 years old. I was addicted to drugs and alcohol, and lived that musician life. Never made it big time or anything like that, but got sober in 2021, the day before Thanksgiving, and that was my mantra. If Ozzy could do it, I could do it. And a lot of people, like, let me go back to saying what I was saying before, because my mind's kind of jumping all over the place like a Tarantino movie. But and the reason too why I'm like this is like this year, like my dog passed away. Name was Ozzy. Named her after Ozzy Osbourne. And I remember I put for myself, like obviously the world's not about me or whatever, but I was like, when he did his last show, because I'm still, I don't call dogs and pets dogs or pets. I call them family. And when my last Ozzy and then Ozzy performed at Villa Park, I was like, well, it gave me a little solace being like, hey, well, my dog passed the same year that Ozzy did his farewell show. But now, they both passed. My father has stage 4 cancer and doesn't have much more time left. And it's just been a wild year. And the reason, people could be ignorant and be like, oh, you didn't know him. That's bullshit. Anyone who loved his music and loved him, they absolutely knew him. How many times were you by yourself and listened to his music and it helped you? Or maybe you saw an interview with him. He was funny as hell.
There's an alcohol somewhere.
Not on this bus.
No, not on this boat.
No, this
This is clean. I'm clean for once. Isn't that nice?
Have you guys have you guys met anybody that you hadn't met yet in
He was, someone wrote something to me. Actually, I want to read this. That a friend, uh, Jamie Wood, who was our guitar player a long time ago, said, between the punks, the hardcore kids, the metalheads, and the hippies, I always felt like Ozzy was the one we could all agree on. See you on the other side. I think that's beautifully said. And on my other channel, the Loomis Show, uh, Keith Shibley, we just did like a little live episode because we this whole week we were going to do an episode about talking about like what's going on with his father who has Parkinson's, and with my father with the stage 4 colon cancer. And then it just so happened because we do a live every Tuesday, and it just so happened over the same day that Ozzy passes.
you know.
Yeah, like yeah, exactly. Go on.
But what percentage of people uh, can go out like right after doing something they really loved? You know what I mean? Most people are bedridden for whatever. I mean that you couldn't as sad as him passing away is. You couldn't write a better script for that dude, man. That dude didn't want to be in some hospice fucking bed for 6 months doing whatever, man. So I don't know, man. It just gives it a little more. You're it's not as sad. It's like you got to go
Poetic.
you
It's
got to
poetic.
go out and do something. You got to go out the way you wanted to, man. And not many people get to do that. You know what I mean?
Whether it was
Yeah.
like I said, listening to his music, watching an interview to cheer me up. I remember him on Opie and Anthony. If you check out the video that I posted yesterday with him and Zach, I mean, and then when I got a text today from my buddy, and all my close friends know how I am with Ozzy. They're checking on me, like I lost like a family member and stuff. They're like, "Are you okay?" Blah blah blah. And I find solace in the fact that the man got to do what he loved about 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, and he got to play his last show. And I don't think it's a coincidence. I think he held on because he loved his fans. And when he said, I love you to his fans, and he would say it constantly. I've been to so many shows. I seen the original Sabbath back at Homedale, New Jersey, when Bill Ward was with them. Um, it was just incredible growing up and always going to Ozfest. And I remember when I was watching that, uh, back to the beginning, it was like my whole life flashed before my eyes. Like, where does the time go? But I just wanted to make this video to give my condolences to the Osbourne family and everyone out there. Artist, I should say, art never dies. He may have left and went on the other side, but the art, the music lives on. Without him, Tony Iommi, Bill Ward, and Geezer Butler, who knows what music we would have today. Thank you, Ozzy, for everything. Thank you for keeping me going and giving me hope. And without you, I never would have been able to get clean. And now I'm able to be here for my father, uh, which is remarkable, because a miracle. Because if you knew how I was, as you see here, almost lost my leg, 3 surgeries in 5 days, a lot of overdoses during COVID. Wasn't a good time at all, but got through that. And Ozzy definitely has a part to do with that. And that's how powerful music and art is. Like I said, the artist may pass on to the other side, but art never dies. And he held on to give us that last show. What a guy. He might honestly be, and I'm not just saying this being biased, the most beloved artist that ever lived. I don't know anyone that dislikes Ozzy Osbourne. Even if you don't like his music or whatever, him as a man, I mean, from coming from nothing, from Birmingham, Aston, without wearing any shoes or nothing, couldn't afford them. Ozzy Zigneed's gig. Well, he was with the band Rare Breed with Geezer before Polka Tulka. Remember, Sabbath got that they became Earth, and then Black Sabbath. Um, they changed everything at a time where it was, just like a lot of hippie type music and all that, which are great, great bands that I love and stuff. But
you can't get any better than this. It was monumental for its time, because at the end of it, I mean, we come from Birmingham and Aston, it's fucking grey, drizzly, industrial, pollution fucking place. And there was something on the radio, if you go to San Francisco, be sure to wear a flower in your hair. The only fucking flowers we ever saw was on a funeral.
one thing though that gets me, and I think it would have happened though, I wanted him to get his duet with Paul McCartney. He was such a huge Beatles fan, but he held on and he gave us one hell of a show. He wanted to get out of that chair, and his voice, I was blown away. Yes, it wasn't the same voice as it was back, you know, during Diary of a Madman days and Ultimate Sin and No Rest for the Wicked, but when he was around 10 years old touring, I think he even did better than then. And they say, though, people get to a certain period, like where they know, when you're sick that long, and with the Parkinson's he had and everything, this man here truly, truly was all about music, performing, and his fans. And I just want to end by saying thank you, Ozzy. Without you, I don't know where I'd be. And my condolences again go out to the Osbourne family, the Wild family, Randy Rhodes' family. He's up there now at St. Rhodes, Dime. He's up there with a lot of them, all of them. But what a beautiful send-off he got at that concert. And I just want to say thank you to Ozzy Osbourne. And you will be seeing a lot of Ozzy stuff on here. And shows and little mini documentaries I'm going to make on this channel. I have another channel that's called The Loomis Show, but it's time to move on because music is really my life. And I started that channel yesterday, and I put up a video of him and Zakk Wylde, first video. But now I wanted to introduce myself to you. Subscribe up if you're a big fan of music, and that's what this channel is going to be all about. But the main message here is just thank you, Ozzy Osbourne, for everything. They'll never even be close to another one of you. Thank you.